All right, guys, coming to you from beautiful Portland, Tigard area, Oregon. I'm going to do a little bit of a fitness routine. I'm trying to film these routines so you can see that we can do movement anywhere, no matter what we're doing, no matter if we have a gym membership or we're in a little house or we have a big backyard or we're on a camping adventure. So yeah, I just think it's about getting our bodies moving, doing something for the body, getting the mind in a good space, and continuing our routines. So even if we're on a business trip, you need to keep those routines. And sometimes all you have is a little space, and all you need is a space of about a yoga mat. The way that works is you really have enough space, just this right here, right? In your actual body. If you have more tools, if you have bands, if you have props, if you have weights, great, awesome. Use them to your advantage. Sometimes it's just using something that's weighted to help you do a little extra squat, things like that. So I'm going to show you how I get through my transitions in life when I don't have a gym membership, when I don't have all the access to all the things I love, like a lifetime membership. These little videos are going to be portions, and then I'll write to you how many sets to do of them. But they're just ideas, in the end. So enjoy. To start, we're going to take a nice big deep breath, connect, ground. This is going to be a combination of some yoga, a little bit of HIIT style training, and some strengthening. And I'll kind of go back and forth. So forward bend, inhale, up, exhale, downward facing dog. And remember, everything can always be a modification, lowering through a vinyasa or a flow. And this is kind of that warm up. So really lifting, opening the hips, allowing yourself to feel good, staying mobile. There's no rules here. Working into a nice lunge as you lift, create space. Really working to just open the body. For me, this was a morning routine, so it feels good just to stretch, to create space, to open up, and then just ease into a nice workout today. And this lasts about 20 minutes. One set of this is perfect to awaken the body. This day I only did one set. However, 2 sets would be great of the same sequence, but 3 would be awesome. That'd give you a whole hour workout. And you'll see, we actually get into some strengthening. I break a nice sweat here. We're working in gate pose, opening the chest, always protecting the body, right? Really just allowing these first opening postures to feel good. A little bit of cat-cow, creating space in the spine, opening the chest. We're unfolding the body, getting ourselves ready for a little bit of strenuous activity, but at the same time, moving the body, getting the kinks out. I'm currently staying at a friend's, but recently I've been camping. Cat-cow feels so good when you're sleeping on a bed that's not super plush. A little bit of forward bend, relaxing, consistently opening the neck, moving into a twist, lifting and creating space, using the breath, maybe even starting to ignite that fiery ujjayi breath. Inhales through the nose, exhales through the nose, lifting, creating space, twisting. Twists are so good for our spine. We should be doing them daily. Smiling. I'm outside here. It feels nice in Oregon. We'll start in by activating a little bit of the core. One of my favorite exercises is a really slow elbow to knee, inhaling and exhaling with every twist, inhaling, exhaling, pulling the belly button back, inhaling, pulling the belly button back to twist, right? That's slower style. So each movement is a full breath, maybe a little fast full breath, but it's a full breath. Low back presses into the earth, belly button's reaching back towards the spine. You're pressing out through the legs. You're activating everything. So although it's not a lot of movement, we're not doing a ton of sets, you're getting the power of that abdominal exercise. And moving back into your downward facing dog, maybe keeping it mobile, stretching out the abdomen and core, high plank, and breathe. Feeling the strength of the body. Now we're working into strengthening a little bit. Holding the high plank. Belly button pulls back towards the spine. Moving into a low plank. Nice squeeze of the obliques. Strengthening the shoulders. Lowering the belly down. Cobra. But keeping it fluid. Open up the neck. Open up the throat, right? We get so congested in the throat. I love to open up by sending one chin to the side, opening my mouth and jaw, right? Creating space. Even the face needs movement, right? That's why we get some of that stuff in the face, the congestion. It helps with allergies to move the face. Slowly walking the feet up towards the hands. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, forward bend, and just hang there. Enjoy. Allow yourself to soften the knees, so there's no need to take a strong hamstring stretch. You can bend the knees here. Let this be for the back, for the shoulders and the neck. Slowly working up, bend the knees to come up, rise up with the hands, lift, and hands come to heart center. We're going to jump into my favorite. I like to do my squats every single day. So keeping those legs strong, the glutes strong. I do a lot of hiking. I notice I use those areas a lot. I like to keep that area moving. Plus, this day and age, who doesn't like a nice booty? Form here on the squats, taking the squat a little bit past the knees, right? So protecting the knees first. If that's too much on the knees, then you can skip it, maybe come just towards that 90-degree angle. But I've been working my squats for a long time. I like to take it a little below the knees, right? I feel that, and I lift and squeeze on the up. Feel and lift and squeeze on the up. We did 15 squats here. So if you do one set of this routine, great. You get some nice squats in there. But if you do 3, it's really great. And then maybe even you can add weights if you have those. Back into a little flow as you ease back down, working to stretch the legs, coming over that front leg, right? Little half split. Now working to stretch the hamstrings. You can point and flex that toe if you like. Allowing yourself to just feel good in the stretch. And then opening up to a deeper lunge. A little deeper lunge. Hands could be down on the thigh, keeping the knee directly over the ankle, maybe a slight back bend. And switching legs. Working that hamstring stretch on the other side. These are great works for getting into our splits, right? You can walk the hands towards the shin, hold them there by the side, either way. Sinking into the hips, lifting the chest here. Yeah, breathing. And once again, right, we're doing one set here. So your first set is going to be tight, right? That's pretty average, But if you take 2 sets, if you take 3 sets of this whole routine, working towards that hour, you're really going to get deep into those stretches. And then back into our flow. Combining the stretching in between some of the strengthening postures. Working a little bit of core here, lifting the leg, sending it to elbow, sending it to opposite elbow, lifting in the leg. Working a little bit of core, a little bit of stretch, a little bit of movement here. And if you're only doing one set, I recommend, like for myself, I'm only doing a 20-minute workout, engage with everything. Breathe. Use the muscles. You're only going to do it once. Work with it. Moving into push-ups. I chose to do them on my knees. Obviously, if you have push-ups, go ahead and do them not on the knees. 15 here. Strengthening the chest and the core. Strengthening in the shoulders. Elbows reaching out side to side. Any push-ups that make you happy would be good here. Once again, push-ups, squats, sit-ups, I try to do them every single day, even if I don't get in a full workout. So I'm still keeping my routines. I'm still working out. I'm still moving my body. I'm still doing something. I can't say I do it every day, but I'm pretty close to 5 days a week doing some sort of movement for my body. 6 days a week, 7 days a week. I'm getting towards that, but I do try to do some sort of movement every single day. Gathering, lifting, creating, coming up to standing. Here I'm going to do 50 jumping jacks, any sort of movement with a really nice, like a jump. So I even think here you could replace jumping jacks with full jumps, right? Box jumps. You can do high knees, butt kickers. I like jumping jacks because I find them to be grounding. I like jostling the whole body, right? So now we've stretched, we've done some strengthening, and we're moving some of that energy. I like to focus on anywhere in my body that has tension, so shoulders, rhomboid muscles behind the shoulders, my abdomen, my digestion. So here, not only am I doing a jumping jack, but I'm using that movement to bring the energy down into the earth and let go of things that don't serve me. Regrounding, breathing, working back into a little flow. Taking it easy, so even if we get the heart rate up, we're slowing it back down with the flow. Downward facing dog. Lifting the leg here, moving into a warrior 2 posture, nice and strong, reverse warrior. So really just working a flow as you come back down. Inhaling, upward facing dog, exhaling down. Taking the flow on the opposite side. This flow is nice to calm and center, but to keep strength and to keep moving. Slowly releasing all the way. At this point in the workout, I was already feeling really healthy and energized. So that's a really nice thing, I think, right? 10 minutes in. Adding a little bit more of that cardio, but also core here with our mountain climbers, right? Lifting the knees up towards the chest, using all parts of the legs, using strength here. So not just willy-nilly throwing the knees around when you do the mountain climbers, right? Especially if you're only doing one set. Really intentionally create strength in the body, right? We can use our intention. We don't have to do quite as much if we're there during the workout, if we're there and present with our muscles moving. Here's that third exercise I told you I try to make sure and do every day. Abdominals, sit-ups I like. I was in the army, so I guess I'm just used to sit-ups and push-ups keeping us in good health. If push-ups or if sit-ups are too much, perhaps crunches with the legs up, crunches with the feet together in like a butterfly pose. That's nice too. If you have something to pop the feet under, like a couch, that's nice while you're doing the push-ups, or sit-ups. Breathing through the process, focusing on the breath. As you can see, I'm getting a little tired here. Keep moving, core is engaged, trying to always pull the belly button back in all core exercises. So we kind of keep that more fit stomach as opposed to that protruding abdominal. So you're really working to always pull the belly button back towards the spine. Exhaling, inhaling, upward facing dog, exhaling, downward facing dog. Slowly walking the feet up towards the hands, forward bend, reverse swan dive, coming all the way up to center, grounding, intentionally breathing here, right? Connecting with your energy, noticing the shifts, noticing when you have a shift because you've been breathing heavy. Oh, and I did do a second set of squats here. So this is, in this series, you'll do 30 squats total. So if you do 2 sets, that's 60. If you do 3 sets of the entire, you're working towards 90. So that's a good workout there. Or 15, 30, 45. That's a nice workout there. Squeezing all the way down, breathing through your squats. I really like to be intentional with my squats, really feeling the bottoms of my feet on the earth, all parts of my feet. A good friend had us doing squats with our toes up. That's also another nice way to protect the knees, get into the portions of the quads. And then releasing back into that flow, lifting, creating space, exhaling, downward facing dog. I'm going to add a little bit of a bigger move here. So if this is too much for you, you could stay with the knee bent, but working towards a back bend, right? 3-legged back bend. And then working towards opening, creating space on the other side. Lifting. All big opening postures, and then working right into a pigeon. Could be a modified pigeon, lifting that back leg, creating space in the heart and chest. And once again, if you only do one set, you only do this once, really take it intentionally. Maybe stay in a little bit longer. If you're doing 2 or 3 sets, right, you're going to get a little bit more expansive with each set, especially with the workouts in between, right, because you're warming up the muscles. Nice flip dog. And then releasing, taking it over and across, lifting, creating space. That one feels so good. Let it feel good, right? You're just doing a little bit more workout. This is a little bit more of a stretch. Also something that allows the heart rate to slow, so use it for that. Working into a cobra push-up here, something I learned from my forest training. First taking a breath, working into cobra. Taking the hands back behind the body. On the exhale, you lower. On the inhale, you lift. I clasp my hands here because it feels good to me. And you lift and create space, keeping breathing and fluid, but holding the posture. Exhaling, lowering, inhaling, lifting. Creating space, exhaling, lowering, legs stay down for that one. Lifting the legs for bow pose. Shoulders come up, create space, pressing in the kicks, keeping breathing. So that's the most important in that posture, right? If you're doing one set, once again, you're only going to get that once. Stay in it for a little bit longer, right? These videos are sort of like, a showing of what you can do, right? You don't have to hang out with the video. You can use it as a tutorial. You can do it with me, or you can pause the video, stay in a posture if it feels good. I think one thing as an instructor that I've always worked towards is allowing people to build their own practice in yoga, because you know what you need. You know what you need. And once you're in the zone down here on your mat, you start to move the way the brain sort of takes you, and the way the body takes you, and the way that feels right for you. Right here, we're just doing elbow to knee, high plank, core engaged, downward facing dog. We're easing down from that practice, right? So once again, if you're doing one set of these, that's it, essentially. Got a few more things, a few more stretches before the end here. And if you are feeling fancy, another full set of this, you restart the video. Or if you remember it, just go for it. Or if it feels good, just jump into your own practice at this point. It's a perfect warm-up for a totally different exercise if you're going running, or if you're doing some spin, or if you wanted to go into some weightlifting. This would be a great little warm-up, one of these sets here. Or like I said, 3 sets, and it's a full exercise, full workout. Add weights, right? Time to come. And that's how I do it. That's how I work my practices throughout my travels. I always have, keeping movement a huge part of my life, because one of my affirmations is that I age gracefully. And yes, we can't prevent weird things from happening. However, we can work with maintenance in our bodies so that so long as nothing crazy does happen, we do have that health, we do have that movement, we do have that capability to catch ourselves when we fall, to come back from things when we get hurt. And that's what this is about. That's what movement is about. That's what health and maintenance in our bodies is about. And finishing off with a nice Savasana. Enjoy.